With NASA and even astronauts now admitting that parallel universes may even be a possibility today, many people are now questioning evidence and stories which now actually may be true or have some substance of truth to it. Regardless of your thoughts on the possibility of parallel universes, the following stories are absolutely outstanding. Number 1. 4 girls take a wrong turn and find themselves driving in an entirely different, unknown environment. The ladies had been driving on black asphalt in the desert, but after taking a wrong turn, they said they found themselves driving on white cement surrounded by a grain field and a lake. They spotted a building with a large neon sign making up illegible random squiggles, and as they pulled in for assistance, a large group of tall men poured out of the front door, seemingly shocked and upset, waving their arms at the girls. Then the girls realised these tall men didn't even appear to be human, so they freaked out and drove off. While the girls were driving away, they noticed 4 peculiar egg-shaped automobiles mounted on tricycle-style wheels were following them. They sped ahead until the mysterious vehicles were out of sight, and when they reached the canyon and drove all the way back through it, they somehow returned to the desert they were originally in, glad to be back but unable to figure out the mysterious place they've just gone or how they arrived there. Number 2. The green-skinned children who simply just appeared here. Back in the 12th century, 2 children, a brother and sister, allegedly popped up in the village of Woolpit in Suffolk, England. Both had greenish-coloured skin, spoke an unknown language, wore bizarre clothing, and initially refused to eat any food other than raw beans. They were taken in, cared for, and eventually they adapted, developing a taste for food and losing the green hue to their skin. Shortly after, the boy became sick and died, but after learning to speak English, the girl explained that she and her brother were from a place where the sun didn't shine bright and it was perpetually twilight. She and her brother were there, herding their dad's cattle, when they heard some loud noise and were suddenly in a new place where they were eventually discovered in Woolpit. The girl grew up and integrated herself into her new surroundings. Though it remained unknown how she and her brother got there, the girl went on to get married and live her life here, in a dimension that might not actually be her place of origin. Number 3. The woman who woke up one morning with her life suddenly slightly altered. Lerina Garcia woke up one morning and noticed minor differences. Her sheets were unfamiliar, and the pajamas she was wearing were different from the ones she'd gone to sleep in. Her day got weirder when she went to work and discovered that her office was no longer hers, and she worked in the same building but in a different department under a boss she had never met. Bamboozled, she had returned home only to find out her ex-boyfriend was there. Only he wasn't her ex, he was her current boyfriend. Her new lover, whom she'd been dating for months, was nowhere to be found. Lerina believes she woke here, but she's from a parallel universe where the differences are as small as her bread spread and as significant as her love life. Number 4. The strange man who wound up shipwrecked in Germany from an unknown world. So as the story goes, a peculiar guy popped up in a village where he was picked up and questioned by authorities. The only comprehensible language he spoke was a broken variation of German, but he said his name was Jophar Vorin, and he claimed he came from a part of the world known as Sakiria. He conveyed that he was searching for his long-lost brother, whom he'd been separated from during a shipwreck. While he had geographical information regarding his home planet, such as 5 compartments known as Sakiria, Afla, Asla, Usla, and Nupla, he couldn't trace his route on shore, and he would wind up living in Berlin, where he was the topic of discussion amongst the scientific and simply curious communities.